Okay, everyone should be able to hear me now, hopefully. I don't know why my microphone was muted, but apparently it was. So, I was saying before when you couldn't hear me, this is just a test run live stream, obviously for reasons like that. And it probably won't be for too long, maybe 30 minutes. It's quite late here. It's like midnight. Yeah, I figured while I was working on this, I might as well test this out. I plan on doing live streams in the future, so why not? Please let me know if something's not working or if you can't hear me, if you can't see it properly. I can't see it on my screen. Can you guys hear me and see me? You should be able to see my artwork and also like a little version of my face. Cool, you can see me? Good. I was about to be like, hello, typing in the keyboard. See, all I can see is like a thumbnail, so whatever, I don't need to see me. Cute. Also, it's cold here tonight, so bear with me with my little blanket. I'm too stingy to turn the heater on. Awesome! Okay. I'm gonna have to start again. What? I think one of my dogs is insisting we go to bed, but that's not happening. What tuppence? What do you want? Some little flyaways. What do you want? Why are you cranky? You can go to bed without me. I like how my dogs try to dictate my life for me. What do you want? I got you water, I let you outside, I fed you. She's not sure. So if you guys have any questions or if you like telling me how your evening/day, whatever it is, where you guys are, if you like telling me about that, feel free. You can hear dogs scratching and complaining in the background, I apologize. Excuse you. Poppy seed tea, that sounds pretty good. I'm not up on my teas. That sounds like good for where I am right now because it's cold and late. You in Australia? Drawing flyaways, like my favorite thing about painting hair. That's a bit loud. Let's turn that down. That's better. Well, that's good. small amount of morphine. I could have done with that earlier in the week. I was in hospital over the weekend. So I had like the worst migraine I've ever had in my entire life, and I literally thought I was having some kind of stroke. Terrifying. But yeah, morphine would have been great. Maybe I need to make myself poppy seed tea. Did you really? I have a friend who had a stroke. It was a pretty bad one, and it was just so horrible watching him like go through that. It was maybe a year and a half ago now, and I think still hasn't quite got full function on his right arm, but he's doing like he's back at work. He can drive a car. Like I'm so amazed by how well he sort of got back into everything. But ever since that happened, like I've just been like terrified, because if I ever lost like the ability to use my right hand. Ugh. But I hope you're doing well. Hopefully it wasn't a really bad one for you. Tuppence, I'm not coming to bed. I'm talking to people online like a crazy person. Because talking to your dogs isn't crazy. Jeez, that would have been terrifying though, like, just like, so the migraine I had, like I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody, in fact I think I was giving my phone number out, and I was in the middle of like, not just the phone number, but like I was in the middle of saying 4, and I had this like massive head spin, and I forgot what I was saying, I forgot how to talk, like, I knew that I wanted to talk, but like, I couldn't, like, it just wasn't connecting, and then I couldn't actually remember what my phone number was, and yeah, I think it probably only lasted for like a second. The lady was looking at me funny, so it lasted long enough for her to realise, but yeah, I spent like the next 20 minutes, I drove home, and the whole way home I was saying the alphabet backwards and forwards to see if I was slurring my words, and then I was like texting my friends, and I got home being like, do these sentences make sense? Yeah, it was really scary. Oh, and I also, like, my throat felt like it kind of closed over. It was so weird. And then I was an idiot, and I went and did a market show with this migraine. I didn't get a CT scan. That's the one on your brain, isn't it? I got, they, like, put all these little, they stuck all these little things on me and then, like, attached me up to a machine and scanned me that way. Apparently it was fine, but I have a long history of bad migraines, and they've never been properly treated because I'm allergic to migraine medication. So the doctor was saying it's classic untreated migraine. So it gets worse, apparently, if you don't treat it. Yay! But yeah, they've got plans in the works to treat it differently. Hopefully that works, because that wasn't fun. I've been really sick this year as well, so, and I'm very bad at taking care of myself, so it all makes sense. Lobotomy. I probably need one, let's be honest. Okay, I want some under there, that colour. Yeah, a bit lighter. Just cherry picking colours off screen. For some reason when I use my Wacom with this, it doesn't like showing the pop-ups on it. And last time I tried to mess with that, I stuffed stuff up, so I'm just not gonna try this time. I'll just tell you what I'm doing off screen. Back when I used to stream on Twitch. So at the moment I am adding all of these tiny little flyaway, see all these little lines here? So this is what it looked like, hang on, when I started. And then this is what I've added. So it just makes it look a little bit more natural. And I just like things looking messy rather than like really neat, because that's what I look like, especially right now in my pajamas with no makeup on. I'm too lazy to put makeup on at like, what, 12 o'clock at night. Tubbins, can you stop? Excellent, that was the plan. Yeah, I figured I'd make the camera quite small. No one needs to see that. Can you see the actual artwork decently? So, if it's not great, I might change my settings in future. Excellent. Yeah, that is the important bit. Who's messaging me? One of my friends just said, "Why are you live streaming in the middle of the night?" I don't know if you're watching, Alice, but it's because I spent all afternoon trying to set this up, and then my power went out when I wanted to actually do it, and it only just came back on, and I'm stubborn. Hi, Alex. The Archibald, nah, not good enough for that. There was a portrait prize for people in Townsville. Alice says, "I should have known stubbornness was the answer." Yeah, it was for artists in Townsville, or if you painted somebody that was from Townsville. And my parents are both from Townsville, so I was going to do a portrait of my father, but they changed, so I think they'd done like 2 or 3, and then they changed the rules the year that I was finally going to do it, to the artist also had to be, so the person in the portrait had to be from Townsville, and the artist had to be from Townsville, so meh. But yeah, I don't think, I'm not very painterly, I'm more of an illustrator, so I don't think my work would be kindly looked upon in that sphere of the art world. But I appreciate it that you think I would be good enough. I actually don't even know if they have a digital category. That'd be interesting to look up. I can always find, like, if I wasn't so, I was gonna say lazy, but I have so much stuff on always. Like, I'm always doing things. If I had more free time, I'd probably have a chance to look up more shows and competitions and stuff that I could enter, but I just never really get around to it. Or when I do, I always miss out on them, like they're just closed or something like that, and then I forget about it for the next year. Ah, no rulers. Go back. I have one dog that's sitting, he's actually snuggled up in the part of my blanket that's on the floor, and then the other one's just pacing up and down the corridor outside my studio. So like my studio door's there, and then like my bedroom's the next door in, and I think she wants to go to bed, but apparently she can't do that without me. I don't know why she's not just taking herself to bed. Maybe I'm being too loud. Maybe that's why she's complaining. Is that true? Well, I'm definitely, I can't disagree with that. I've actually been meaning to do, like a proper video on, in theory, taking care of yourself as an artist. I think a lot of artists, not just female artists, work too hard. But I feel like I'd be a hypocrite, because I'd be saying, you know, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, I certainly do not take good care of myself. I work 7 days a week, and I work from when I get up until when I go to bed. And when I go to bed tends to be about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I have a lot of health issues, and that's not helping, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I just really love what I do. My husband, on the other hand, would have it very differently. He's always worried that I'm working myself too hard. And then I get sick and get cranky about it, and he goes, well, what did you expect? Yes, Tuppence, what's up? If you want to be on the live stream, you should come over here. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's just scratching on the door even though it's open. She's like, hey, Mom. I don't know what you want. Use your words. Speak English. Thanks, Brett. Yeah, I was trying to think of something to use for this, and I didn't have anything. Like, I wanted to do something traditional, but I haven't worked out how to, because now my table, I don't know if you can see behind me, but my table's there. It used to be over here, and it was a lot easier to live stream traditional stuff from there. I don't think my camera reaches that far, so I just did this in the last couple of hours, and sort of got it to a point where I thought people wouldn't be bored by me just scratching around, not really looking like I was doing anything. It actually looks like something now. Once I've finished adding all these little details, I'll start adding color on top. I know that's something that people want to learn how to do, so that might be interesting. I don't know if I'll get that to that tonight though. That might be a different live stream or video. What? Stop cracking it. She's chucking a small tantrum. What do you want? You have to use your words. I can't understand you. She's now moved inside the room into scratching on the wall. She thinks she hasn't got my attention well enough. What? What's wrong? I've given you water, I've fed you, I've let you outside, there's a bed there for you. What's wrong? She's so cranky, she's glaring at me. Yeah, I might start adding texture to her skin now because it's very obviously digital at the moment. You can see all of my little brush strokes. I have a mirror in my room, so I used a... Oh, so for those of you who can't see the chat, the question is this from a photo? It's from a mirror in my room, so it was me, and then I think you can still tell it's me a little bit, but I've tried to change the features a little bit because I don't want all of my portraits being me. I should have taken a photo, that would have been easier. And I wouldn't have had to keep doing this. What was I doing to skin? Right. Yes, Tuppence, what's the problem? Maybe this one. So this is a brush set that an artist I love called Loish put out, and it's just some really basic texture brushes. It's still me, damn it! It's like me with bigger eyes, bigger lips, and a smaller nose. And darker hair. I think half the problem is though, I think you see with a lot of artists, it doesn't matter if they've used like a photo of themselves or like looked at themselves, but even if you're just doodling, people you draw always kind of look like you because you draw what you know, unless you're using a photo of someone else. So like I always draw mostly pronounced cheekbones, and I always sort of draw bottom lips the same, I've noticed. And I think maybe the jaw lines are similar as well. That can go down to that layer. So I always add new layers until I'm happy with them. If I'm not, like, if it's a new layer, that way I can get rid of it if I don't like it. Yeah. Make that a little bit bigger. No. Maybe it wasn't this one I used last time. I'm sure maybe it was this. No, that's the freckle brush. Which I'm still gonna use. There was a brush that I found last time. I thought it was in Loish's pack, but maybe not. But yes, madam. That was really good for skin texture to sort of make it imperfect. It's been a while since I've done a digital portrait. Maybe not. But there could be something to say for how you see people in general, maybe, or like I guess society. Ah. why'd you go so big? I wish I freckled this much. I really like freckles, but I'm so pale that my skin doesn't even freckle. Like, it doesn't even have that much pigment. I just like burn, and then I go back to like super pale. Tuppence, could we not just go to bed? I feel like this is really messy up on the arm. To do something about that. I'm having too much fun with freckles at the moment. Yeah, maybe not mosquito bites. Those, like, seriously, they're not even as bad. I said, oh yeah, I did. I put a photo in the video, didn't I, of like the one that I'd had like earlier that month that was like this big on my leg. Yeah, that's part of all of my health issues. I have like no immunity to anything. I swear to God. Like, if I ever got bitten by those scary mosquitoes up north, I would die. Okay, I think Tuppence is asking to go outside now, so I will be back in 2 seconds. Save. Bear with me. I'd rather she didn't pee inside. Sorry about that. Thanks for joining in, Brett. It was lovely to see you. Yeah, I might head to bed soon too. I'm just gonna probably texture the skin up on this, and once it's ready for putting colour on, I might leave it for another video, but that's not quite yet. Cleaning up all the extra freckles. Okay, now let's find this brush that I was using last time. I wonder if it was one of the ones I made. Thank you for joining, Alice. Have a good night. Maybe it was just one of the traditional Photoshop brushes. Maybe it was one of these. I think I can hear a dog scratching, but I'm not sure. Yes. I will be back, but hopefully this will be the last time I have to let a dog in or out. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys heard, but I opened the door and this giant moth flew in my face and I screamed like a girly girl and then flailed a little bit. Yeah, it'll be funny if that's on a live stream. Too bad you guys didn't see it. I'm sure it was hilarious. Okay, what was I doing? I'm all flustered now. Skin. Yes. What if I Oh, too big. I don't think that was it either. Aww. Oh no! Damn moths flying into people's faces everywhere. I'm always like extra paranoid about moths flying into my face because my first cousin, when she was, I think she said it was like 12, when she was quite young, she was in Egypt with her parents and a moth flew into her eye, like it touched her eye, like it flew into her face and it touched her eye. And I don't know how, but like somehow moth eggs ended up in her eye and they hatched and ate her eyeball. And now she has a glass eye. I'm not joking, like this isn't like an urban legend, this is actually my cousin. I don't think she's ever told me that story. I think my dad told me that story, and he is a bit of a larrikin, like he does like to tell me, or when I was younger he used to like to tell me stuff to see if I'd believe it. Like he once told me that snakes couldn't come within 3 meters of houses. Didn't give me a reason why, but I believed him until I was like 20 and actually thought about it and then went, hang on, that's bullshit. So he could have just told me that to freak me out and she just has a glass eye for another reason, but I'm pretty sure that's actually a legit story. So yeah, whenever moths come near my eyes, I'm just like I have a total freak out, panic attack. Really want to know what that brush was that I found because it worked really well. Maybe one of you. It'd be good if I was on the right layer. Let's try again. Now that just kind of looks like freckles. That wasn't it. I'm sorry, this must be very boring to watch me try and work out what my actual tools were that I did last time with this. I'm undecided, but I feel like I can use this anyway. I don't know if you guys can actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just adding imperfections on the skin, both because I actually really love imperfections in people, but also because it just makes it look more realistic, more human, less plastic, less digital. Extra bits. I say colors. Shades, I should say. No. Why are you so dark? What? I don't know what's happening. Am I on? I do both of you white then maybe. I'm very professional. I definitely know. There we go. Definitely know how to use all of the tools that I use, for sure. I know what's going on at all times. I am not lying at all.
this back a bit in the dark areas.
Can I do maps? Probably not. I'm not that great at like things with straight lines, I suppose. Having said that, I haven't really tried to do a map since I was like very young and like making up my own worlds and stuff. So I might be better at it now than I remember being, but I don't think I'm entirely suited to it anyway. Do you like drawing maps? But you could do maps traditionally. Like I used to do them with just good old pen and ink. I should rephrase that. I used to do them very poorly with pen and ink. Oh, you're a tough dog. Loki thinks there's someone breaking into the house. Yeah, I think drawing maps is probably one of those specialities, like you're not good at anything else but you're really good at drawing maps. I did have someone ask me for a commission of a map a little while ago. They ended up changing their mind. It was a present for someone. I think they decided, well, they found something else they liked better. But I was willing to give it a go. I've just, yeah, it's not something that I've done in my own time, so I don't know. I mean, in theory, I'm pretty sure I could do it, but I just don't know if it would come naturally, if that makes sense. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. I have to get rid of all this stuff first. All this extra stuff. I have a lot of people ask me why I draw girls or people that look tired, and I think it has something to do with, like, I have chronic fatigue, so I don't know if you can see because it's quite small, but I have these huge bags under my eyes that are just like, they're never going away, and I think I like draw those in, not as like a statement or anything, but like I think to try and make myself feel better, if that makes sense. Like it's to like reassure myself that it's a natural thing, and like just because you look like you're dying doesn't mean you can't be like a normal looking person or like a beautiful person or anything like that, if that makes sense. And I have found that like the more that I've done that, the more okay I am with like showing my face without having them covered up with makeup. Because often, if let's say I go to the shopping center, and I don't have any makeup on, just because I'm going to get groceries and I can't be bothered putting makeup on. Yeah, like people, just random people will come up to me and ask me if I'm okay, like, or tell me that I look like shit, essentially. So that does a lot of good for my confidence, but yeah, I like people to be, like the people I draw to be real people, I guess, and like adding flaws, like flaws are my favorite thing, and because to me, my biggest flaw is those, I think I add that because it makes them a real person. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it only makes sense to me. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It gives her weight. Like, it gives her a grounding in some sort of reality. I don't like drawing people that, like, perfect people, because I don't find that interesting. Like, I find flaws really interesting. Yay! I don't know if I make sense half the time normally, let alone at, what time is it now? 12:48 at night. Jesus, I said half an hour, didn't I? Alright. I should go to bed. I'm almost done with the skin though. And I will call it a night. It's just this section's bothering me. They look boob-like, right? Okay. I haven't decided. I was thinking about giving her like crazy white eyelashes, but maybe I'll put these in and just keep them on a different layer. And then I can change it. Ooh, too big. At a later date. Far too big. Still too big. Let's knock back the opacity a bit. That's better. So for people who can't see the chat, Alex says, as a man, no one dares ask whether I'm okay walking about with about 3 hours of sleep and a deranged expression. Yeah, I don't know. It actually tends to be women who ask me, which is interesting. I've had one guy, I think, in memory that asked me, and he was very nice about it. Like, he legitimately wanted to know if I was okay. Because I think it wasn't just like my normal I look like I'm dying. It was like I'd had 3 hours sleep on top of that. Yeah, there is male privilege. I do agree, but yeah, I find for me it's a lot of older ladies or women who, I guess, themselves wear a lot of makeup that want to put you down. Yeah, there's a whole sub conversation there about women putting women down, I suppose, but that's a whole society issue. But maybe I can change that perception one artwork at a time. I actually had, here's a good story. Back before I had chronic fatigue, I was giving blood. So you're not allowed to give blood if you have chronic fatigue because they don't, I mean, they've actually just had some breakthroughs, but they don't entirely know what it is. So if it's in the blood system, they don't want to obviously give it to other people. But I was allowed to give blood before I got it. And I'd given blood, like we went through the whole process and we sat down at the end. You know how, I don't know if you do now, but you used to be able to get, like, you'd get a milkshake or a cookie or something, right, at the end. Her eyes are staring into your soul. Excellent. Yeah, so we sat down and I was with two friends and I said, oh, I feel really dizzy. My music has stopped. Hang on. Let's start that again. Yeah, I said, oh, I feel a bit dizzy. And I just sort of said it offhandedly. We were waiting for our milkshakes, and one of the nurses overheard me and like panicked, and she was like, "Get on the ground!" And like they essentially threw me on the ground. I'm being a little bit over dramatic. They asked me to lie on the ground, and they put my feet up on a chair and made me lie there for ages. And then they brought a wheelchair over. Like at this point, I was fine. All I wanted was my milkshake. They brought this wheelchair over and put me in that, and then like carted me off to this room and strapped me to this chair that held me upside down. Not like upside down, but like if this was my head, like on that sort of angle. And my friends who were with me are like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And I don't like her eyelashes. They're too perfect. Oh no, what's happened? Hello, register. Yeah. I'll fiddle with them later. Anyway, yeah, they strapped me to this chair and they left me there for like 15 minutes, and I was like, "Can I please, like, can you let me up? I feel fine." And they were like, "We're not letting you up until you've got color back in your skin." And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm just really pale. Like, this is what I looked like when I came in." And they wouldn't believe me. Like, my friends were like, "No, she's just really pale." And after about another half an hour, they conceded that maybe I was just really pale. Yeah, we didn't. Oh, yes, I didn't get my milkshake and I didn't get my cookie. Like, eventually they let me out of the chair, but yeah, I didn't get either, and I was really upset. And that was the first and last time I gave blood. What do you mean you didn't get a milkshake or a cookie? Or juice even, Jacob? Like, don't they have to, like, replenish you with something? Some kind of sugary goodness? I thought that's why they gave you that stuff. Or in my case, don't give you that stuff. They just, like, wave it in front of you and then throw you in a chair upside down. Yeah, I don't think that was like a male, or a non-female privilege story, but like more of a people with pigment in their skin privilege story. You gave blood 6 times before they banned you for fainting too much. That's no good. Is that like on your permanent record, or can you go to like another blood giving station where they don't know that you faint? I wonder how often people like faint or almost faint. Because like I thought they were like super overreacting with me, but if you guys both fainted or almost fainted, maybe they weren't. I'm gonna give her giant lower lashes because I'm overtired and I will probably delete this when I look at it in the morning. Look at them go. Oh, you know I'm overtired when. Oh, permanently banned. That sucks. And you feel bad, like when you see, you know how like the people in the not in the supermarket, like in shopping centers in the middle, and they like stop you and like, "Have you ever thought about giving blood?" And then you have to say like, "No, I'm not allowed to." Like, I'm not allowed to because I have chronic fatigue now, so I have to say that. But like they look at you like you're lying, and you're like, "I swear I'm not. I'm actually telling the truth. I'd like to give blood, but I can't. They won't let me." Don't know why I started her lashes coming from her waterline. That's weird. I was too distracted by having fun making them ridiculously long. They're ridiculous. Yeah, you're right. It is quite a bit of blood. I remember when I was looking at like the sack, I guess that's the word, that the blood goes into, and how it's on like that machine, and I was like, that looks like all the blood that should be in me, and it was only like half full. Well, if there's nothing actually wrong with your blood, and it's just that they're worried about you fainting, then I guess not that I want to what's the word? assist in you fainting more. But yeah, I guess you could do a false name. As long as it's not hurting anyone else. Okay, I'm just being silly with eyelashes. Now they look ridiculous. Actually, the second side looks better than the first side. Maybe I'll fix that and then I'll go to bed. Do-over! Yeah, absolutely. Like, I would love to give blood, but at the same time, I don't want to give people chronic fatigue because it's fucking terrible to live with. Yeah, they I think they have like a overall record like of the Red Cross. So if you give them your name, it'll have like in your record like mine says chronic fatigue. So Alex's might say faints too much, or maybe is a wuss. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that sucks. I didn't know that you could get banned for, well, not banned, but yeah, I didn't know that fainting was a thing that would stop you from giving blood, because all you're trying to do is help. Why is this side crap? The other side looks so much better. Maybe I should just copy and paste it. I might do that. You cheater. It's not too bad. This bit here. Needs more curve, more 3D. Give them like a false name and then make a mask out of human skin and then they'll never know it's you. And that definitely still means you're helping people. Just ignore the human skin part. Oh, they look hilarious. I still like this side better though. I wonder. No, I'm probably just really overtired. They probably look fine. Well, not fine. They look ridiculous, but yeah, they look ridiculous. But hilarious. Okay, I'm just adding one more thing, and then I should go to bed. I think, like, I remember I wasn't allowed to give blood. Like, there might be like a, maybe not smoking, but like when I got my tattoos, like I wasn't allowed to give blood for a certain amount of time after that. So like I feel like it was 6 months, but it could have been like a year. And then with piercings, it's something similar. Not as long though, I don't think. But yeah, the first time I tried to give blood, I'd just gotten a tattoo, so I had to wait. My favorite part, I think, like my absolute favorite part of portraits is adding the reflections in the eyes, because I feel like that's That's where all of like the soul is. They suddenly come to life once you've added all of these little random lines. Hi Pebble! Welcome to the stream. I'm actually almost finished, but I'm glad you could join us. Yeah, my parents weren't so keen about my tattoos, but like I've only got 2, but I was 18 when I got my first one, and like I feel like I've broken them since then. Like when I got my first one, Mum was not particularly happy about it, but when I got home with it, Dad was like, "Can I see?" And then he was like touching it. He's like, "That's really cool." And then my mum actually suggested the design I got for my second one, so you know, I think they decided maybe tattoos aren't as bad as like if I was on drugs or something. Yeah, my husband's not a big fan of tattoos. He's like super straight. Well, I say he's super straight-laced. He's not, but like I guess next to me, because I'm like crazy artist person, he's fairly straight-laced. I feel like I would have probably significantly more tattoos, like maybe even a sleeve, if it wasn't for him, but not in a bad way, because like when I think about what I wanted for the sleeve, I probably wouldn't want that now. So I'm kind of glad that he's talked me out of a few of them, but he didn't talk me out of the 2 I got. So I feel like if I have to, you know, harass him for a year to get one, then at least I know it's exactly what I want, because I've had to harass him for a year. Okay, I should stop poking things. I think that's good enough. Don't like this bit. This needs to be darker. I promise I'll stop poking things and go to bed soon. I was just talking briefly about how I don't take good care of myself, and this is a perfect example. That's better. Yeah, he's like my impulse control and like my moral compass, I guess. So like if like part of my brain's like, oh my god, do this thing, it'll be awesome, then I hear his voice in my head like, that's a stupid idea, don't do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit I might have done that was probably a bad idea if it wasn't for him. Or like my brain's version of him even. Okay. Stop poking things, cat. Oh wait, at this bit. And then stop poking things. Yeah. Okay. Okay, stop poking things, cat. Okay. I'll let you guys have a closer look at what I've gotten up to tonight. And then I'm going to head to bed. So I'll clean up all of this at some point. That's really messy. I think the next thing will be to start adding colour on top. I do kind of like it black and white though, so I might keep a couple of versions, a black and white version and a colour version. But yeah, thank you so much guys for joining me for my test run live stream. I think it seemed to go well. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. wasn't too boring in like real time instead of sped up. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'm looking at probably live streaming a lot more now that I've sort of worked out how to do it and all that. So yeah, I like the freckles too. I love freckles. Anyway, good night, guys. See you later.